Happy morning to all of you. My name is Mr. Kadangli Pankaj. I am teaching you EVS again. Today's date is 29th June 2020. Today our chapter's name is History and the Concept of Time. We are doing a revision of this chapter. Okay. So till yesterday we have completed 2 points. Which were those 2 points? Division of time and timeline. And second point was measurement of time and methods of measuring time. In this we have seen some methods of measuring time. Okay, and we have seen that 2-3 different eras. First we have seen common era or Christian era. Secondly we have seen Rajyabhishek Shaka. Third one was there Shalimahan Shaka, Vikram Samvat. These are the eras. And what we have seen, Hijri era and Shahenshahi era. This one we have seen. And in this we have taken one example of Shivaji Maharaj. Okay, so when he has started new era. Okay, so see, yesterday it was remained to see his life event diagram. So you can see that diagram on the screen. See what is shown there. Important events in the life of Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj, 1630 AD to 1680 AD. Okay, so see what is given here. Birth. First of all, it is given birth 1630. Oath of Swaraj 1645. We need to oath 1645. Escape from Agra 1666. Then coronation 1674. And then death when he expired 1680. So like this, his life, some important life events are shown in the diagram. Okay, do you understand it? Okay, very good. So see, today we are going to see next point. Our point's name is 2.3 point is historical periods. Historical periods. So see, in this, what is shown that we are generally, I'll tell you, we are learning of history. Okay, so suppose now I am of 25 years old. Okay, 25 or 26. So suppose I am 26 years old. Okay, now whatever incidents are happening in my life, all those are counted as a past. And past means our history. Okay, so all that history, if I am going to tell you at a time, and you are going to learn that history of 26 years history, you are going to learn at a time whatever events are happening in my life. And tomorrow I will ask you, suppose I have told you 60 events of my life. Okay, I have told you 60 events of my life, and tomorrow I ask you, come on, tell me 10 events. Can you tell it? No, hardly you can tell one or two. Yes. So same happened in history also. Now we have seen our history time. It is too much big. Yes. So if means Shivaji Maharaj before 400 years, and before that also we are going to study. Okay. So this much year, this many years can be learned within time. Properly we can do it? No. We can do it, but there is one solution. If we use that solution, then only we can learn it and we can remember it. Otherwise, we will forget each and everything. Yes? So see, if those events we have divided into parts, okay? If we are divided into parts, then we can remember it properly. Okay? So, in at this point, what they have done, historical period means lot of time is there. So that historical period they have divided into 2 parts. Okay, so then and only we can keep it in our mind properly. Otherwise we will forget each and everything, or we will mix all events. Okay. So what solution is there? We have to divide this period into two parts. Okay. So how? I will tell you. So see, first, what is given? Open your textbook, page number 8. See, we learned in the first lesson that history is a science that tells us about events that happen in the past. What we are in first chapter, that history is a science and that tells us about past events. History is a science and that tells us about our past events. It's called history. We also learned that every bygone moment makes up the past. Every bygone moment means, suppose just I was telling you about my age, my life events, yes, but it is now past, correct? So every bygone moment is our past. Now lockdown is our present. No, lockdown is also our past. So every bygone moment is our past. The past is the subject matter of history. Past is the subject matter of our history. In a broad sense, the period of history goes back to the time of the birth of our solar system. See, that we are going to learn in next chapter, solar system. In EVS first we have learned already in chapter number 1, solar system. Yes. So see, in broad sense, the period of history goes back to the time of the birth of our solar system. This time goes back to the birth of our solar system. When our solar system was born, that you know. You have learned in EVS first, chapter number 1. Yes. Very good. See, our solar system came into being about 4.5 billions years ago. When our solar system birth, 4.5 billion years ago, not million, billion, B for ball, billion years ago, 4.5 billion years ago. And our Earth is a planet. Our Earth is a planet in the solar system. So it is presumed that the Earth was also formed 4.5 billion years ago, and our Earth is a planet of that solar system. So that means our Earth also formed 4.5 billion years ago. The span of 4.5 billion years since the Earth's formation is a vast period of time, and this time is vast means bigger and bigger. So this time is bigger one. It is not easy to grasp this entire period all at once. 4.5 billion years can be done immediately today itself? No. If 1 year also I am going to tell you, nothing you will understand. So here billion years are there. So we cannot understand it properly. So it is necessary to divide it into a number of stages in order to understand it better. If we make some stages of it, then we will understand it properly. Therefore, the time in history is divided into two main periods. So for this purpose, time of history is divided into two periods. Two main periods are there. So which are those? See, prehistoric period and historic period. Here only we are going to read. Here, time in history. First one is here. Prehistoric period. How it is divided? Prehistoric period. here historic period. Prehistoric period and historic period. Okay. Now this time of history is divided into two parts. But on which basis they have divided it, that also we should know. Okay. If you are doing this, why you are doing or how you are doing, you should know the reason of it. Okay. And this may ask in exams, so you have to learn it properly. And see, we don't have to learn for exam only, we have to learn it for our life also. Okay. See, time in history is divided into two main parts: prehistoric period, historic period. So see what is given. Now first of all we will learn prehistoric period. So how they have divided it into prehistoric period? See, prehistory simply means before history. Prehistory means before history. The prehistoric period is the period for which no written records are available but which to write its history. So see, in prehistoric period what is not there? No written records are available. See, no written records are available. No written records available. This much R is not needed. So in prehistoric period means before history. And why we used to say prehistoric period? Because at that time no written records are available to write its prehistoric period. And now second one, historic period. See, the historic period is the period of which written records are available. In here written records are not available. Here written records are available. See, written records available. Written records available, using which we can write history, and on the basis we can write history. So this one is historic period and this one is prehistoric period. Understood? Very good. So what is your today's homework? From this 2.3 you are going to find out 10 hard words. Paragraph is small, so you are going to find out only 10 hard words, and those hard words 3 times you are going to copy in your notebook. Understood? Yesterday I told you how to write it, so as for that you are going to write it. So now only our 1 point is remain, 2.4. Tomorrow we are going to complete it and our revision will complete of this chapter. So thanks for watching this video. Tomorrow again we will meet with the same chapter. Thank you very much.